everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Greek&Riek Podcast, episode 2, in fact. This time around, we're going to be discussing something exciting, PlayStation 5 event. Yay, we did it, lads. We found topics.
Imagine having a PS3, the PS4, but not a PS5 yet.
For those who are not going to be able to see, Reek is holding a DualShock 3 controller and a DualShock 4 controller.
Yeah,
on his hands.
Oh,
you got it.
DualShock 2. Yeah, sure.
Wait,
get all of them.
Wait, why is your DualShock 2 on? Do you have your PS2 on?
No.
No?
I think it's because of the Musia.
Oh, really? Musia just keeps your... Okay, I see. So, Reek basically has an interface where he can show his PS2 inputs, which is called the Musia. Anyway. So, in this episode, we're going to discuss PlayStation stuff. Exciting news, exciting stuff happened. Obviously, we already knew that the PS5 was coming out, sometime soon. But there were some titles we didn't actually see. Some of them we did see. And I gotta admit, in my opinion, I do feel like it was a little bit, I want to say, underwhelming a little bit. You could say I had high expectations.
You think so?
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was a pretty good event. I mean, it's not the Nintendo Direct that was underwhelming, but everything PlayStation related, most of it PlayStation related, was pretty alright. I guess we can start from bottom. Let's go through everything that they showed.
Alrighty. So where do we begin?
The video started and everyone was looking at something they didn't immediately recognize. And all of a sudden you saw a giant chicken that's like a horse, and everyone knew, this must be Final Fantasy. But what Final Fantasy? Yeah,
Final Fantasy 16 apparently is happening, which is insane, considering, in my opinion, what I want to 100% want to see, and I really wish to God that they don't do the same thing with Final Fantasy 15, with the whole episodes after the game is over, after you finish the game, there are separate episodes where they explained a couple of more plot details that weren't in the actual main game. And unfortunately, it turns out that the director of Final Fantasy 15 actually stepped away from the project before it got finished as a whole, and that sucks. And I really wish that Final Fantasy 16 doesn't suffer the same fate as 15 did, and I really hope that's that it'll have I guess some justice compared to 15, where it just got shafted in the end. So yeah, Final Fantasy 16. Then we move on to Spider-Man.
Hey, we're not there yet. It was did you see the visuals? It was so amazing.
I guess, yeah. I guess you could say, you know what? I actually didn't think it was a Final Fantasy game at first. I thought it was...
Yeah, I thought it was something else as well.
You're right. I guess we should talk about visuals, too. I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm just so used to...
Yeah, and this is also definitely something that is a theme throughout the whole. I thought, a lot of it were movies. Apparently, we had the assurance that everything was, in fact, recorded from the PlayStation 5 itself. Oh my lord, the visuals are they're just so good.
In some cases, they actually said that the...
They said all.
All? No, I think there were some games that said that they basically got recorded from a computer emulating the PlayStation 5, which is kind of weird to see, really. Did you expect that?
That's not what they said.
No, I think there was a game that said that. I'm not 100% sure which one it was, though, but I know for a fact I saw that in one of the trailers. I think...
All cinematic and gameplay footage you're about to see from this point forward, which is after Final Fantasy, in the show has been captured from PlayStation 5 systems.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might have been like Demon Souls or something that showed something to that degree. I don't know, but I remember distinctly when I saw the reveal, the event actually, sorry, um, that there was a game, I don't remember which game now, that said that all footage shown for this particular game has been captured through a PC emulating the PlayStation 5, which, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was drunk, okay? I don't know. I saw the event at like a very crazy time because all these events happen at like normal times for everyone else in the US and or Japan in that case, and for us Europeans it's like 2 a.m. 3 sometimes. But no, this event actually wasn't as bad. Every other event has been like, I want to say 4 a.m., 5 a.m., maybe even the PS4 one was like at a crazy time during E3, but this one actually was like relatively early. I think it was like 11 o'clock. Yeah, I think it was.
I mean, it's not an E3 thing where they have to like be aware of the rest.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's like, I don't know. It's, to me, just, it seems kind of weird. All right, like, let's be honest.
Okay.
Like, to me at least, okay, like the whole idea of an event happening at like their normal time, it's gonna be streamed anyway. Like they showed.
I'm happy they did it early. More people can.
Yeah, they can
see
tune in. Yeah.
I was actually watching a friend of mine, an Australian kid, who wanted to restream it. For him, it was like 5 in the morning.
Oh yeah, Australia is it's in the high end spectrum.
Australia's getting shafted, same as Japan, I think. Yeah.
Really? Wait, Japan? No.
I mean, Japan is like almost the same time. So it was like about this time and then 3 hours Japan time. It currently is 2 in the morning, so for them it was 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning. I mean, that's a first though. Like Japan always used to, I think, for the most part, from what I remember, most of the events that happened for PlayStation, they took place in like crazy times for us, for Europe, and normal times for Japan mostly, and US, I think. California, I think. I don't know, but so yeah, Final Fantasy 16. It's a thing, and hey, I'm actually glad to see that every game is going to take advantage. For the most part, this game has been really good looking. If you actually see the trailer, everything is amazing. You don't even realize that, hey, I'm actually playing a game. You might be saying I'm seeing a movie, but no, it's actually gameplay.
And that segues into the next game.
Oh boy.
Spider-Man Miles Morales. In my notes I have Spooderman, but yeah.
Spooderman?
Yeah. Like it starts with well, the new Spider-Man, Miles Morales, getting his backpack and going into his room, then going out of the house, throwing a snowball at his friend, and it looked, I mean, you saw that it was like animated and stuff, but it looked damn
realistic.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you see that you go over to gameplay. Well, gameplay, you just walk a little bit. That's pretty cinematic, nothing too special.
Yeah. For me, I think
all of a sudden you see the bad guys, and all of a sudden you go into an actual in-game fight where you're fighting a lot of people, and you see just so many moves that your character is doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know that was already the case in the original Spider-Man for the PS4 original.
I mean,
but this is like a little bit more over the top.
I think for me, the highlight to this whole trailer has been not only the fact that you get to play as like, I guess you could say for the most part, when it comes to Spider-Man, I don't think we've ever seen any sort of sequel game that ties in with the comics that talks about Miles Morales. For the most part, I have not seen any game out there that has attempted to cover the story of Miles Morales. So that's number one. That's really impressive that they're actually considering, the origin story of, I guess, Miles. Secondly, the fact that the game will get released on PS4, and anyone who buys it on PS4 will receive a free upgrade to PlayStation 5. So yes.
Wait, is this game coming out on PS4?
Oh yeah. It is.
Oh, I'm buying that.
So
I did not even know that.
So yeah, if you actually get a copy of Miles Morales on PS4, for the most part, I don't know if that's the truth, like if you will receive an actual free upgrade and how it's gonna work, but I think I've heard, at least on Twitter, I saw somewhere that they said that you will get a free upgrade on PS4. Uh, like
So Sony does this stuff more often. Think about Super Smash Brothers for the PlayStation 3 and the PS Vita.
Yeah, like it just seems kind of weird not to do it. You know, it's like you might say, okay, so like, why would you not do it? Why would you force people to buy the same game for like PS5? But hey, I mean, they could do
No
that.
one said anything about forcing, Tony.
Hey, man.
How often did you have someone behind you with a gun aimed to your face, saying, "You're gonna buy this game again, motherfucker"?
No, I didn't. I didn't actually say it like that. I meant like, literally, they just say, "Hey, you want to play this game on this console? Well, haha, you got to buy it on the other console too." But no, I think they wouldn't actually do that for the most part. I feel like that would seem like a very bad thing to do. But I'm trying to see right now. I'm actually trying to find if and where it's mentioned about the free upgrade to PS5, because I think I saw it somewhere. I don't know for sure. 100%.
I mean, it's not too important.
Well, anywho, but yeah, let's just say, like, for me, I don't know if it was the case, because I saw it one day, like, randomly on Twitter, and I was like, oh, cool, if that's the case. But yeah, until that happens, if you do want to get the game and you don't have a PlayStation 5, or are, I guess, thinking about buying a PS5 later down the road and not immediately, you can get it on PS4, so do not worry about that. That, I think, is the most important part. And yeah, if you played the original Spider-Man on PS4, I think you might have noticed. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Can I say that your dog really likes Spider-Man?
Yeah. No, it's my family returned, and he's like, "Oh my god." Yeah, my dog barks a lot. I'm sorry if you can hear them in the background.
Don't say sorry.
Okay, you're right. You guys will hear my dog now because of Reek. No, but back to what I was saying though. If you played Spider-Man on PS4, that game was impressive, man. Like, graphics, frame rate, yeah, okay, it was 30 FPS, but still, like, everything was great. And I really wish that Insomniac continues to shine, dude. Like, they make really great games. Sunset Overdrive on Xbox, Ratchet & Clank on PS4, heck, Ratchet & Clank on PS5 too, you know? A Rift Apart, like, that's another title.
Honestly, all those games, I already forgot about them in the previous PlayStation Direct.
Yeah, the
it
was E3, you mean? E3?
No,
or
was it E3? It might have been E3, but yeah, like most of those games.
Unless it was State of Play, I don't know.
Yeah, it's called State of Play.
Yeah, State of Play, I guess. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you can show these things, but it is because I wrote everything down and went through the whole video, because otherwise I would have forgot about some. Just like the next game.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what the next game is?
Oh man, the next is a big one. So.
Is it?
It is.
Okay, tell me all about it.
Okay, so flashback to a leak that happened. Someone posted I want to say, like, yeah, it was a video of a Harry Potter game that we didn't know anything. We had no clue what the hell this game was. All we know is that there is a new Harry Potter game in development, and we have no idea when it takes place, you know, I guess timeline-wise, and what you do in it. There was just a video that got leaked somehow. I have no idea how. But it was shown that there was, like, a new, like, Harry Potter game in the works. Presumably by EA, most people assumed. And that game actually got showcased. And it's called Hogwarts Legacy. Now, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I played all the games before. Granted, some of them were good. Other games were not as great. But for the most part, this game, holy cow, it's a big one, and I'm really excited for that game. Why don't you take the wheel, Mr. Reek? What do you have to say about that game? Are you excited for Hogwarts?
I am excited. I have been wanting to go back into the Harry Potter universe. My sister has actually been watching all the movies, and I had to acquire the other movies, 5 to 8, and I've been watching some, some bits and pieces.
I see.
Because some moments are just too good. Like, they're definitely masterpieces in their own thing.
Yeah.
Harry Potter might not be your thing, but objectively, some of the movie making is just good. In any case, when I was watching through this through the trailer, I saw a lot of things that I recognized, and I was like, "Is this a Harry Potter game?" Technically not. Like, it's not about Harry Potter. It's just about being in the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah.
And obviously, things are going down, bad things. I haven't seen he who not shall be named.
Yeah, it's the game itself. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Like the whole universe, it definitely fits a lot of other bad guys.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's this guy with a mask. But even without that, just being in Hogwarts, just like I wanted to say during the Spider-Man thing, it makes you feel like Spider-Man, because that was like the whole catchphrase of the first game.
Yeah.
You can definitely feel like a wizard here, and hopefully, with how next gen it is, it's definitely better than PS1 Hagrid.
Yeah.
I actually played PS1 and PS2 Harry Potter. They were good for the time and enjoyable still if you have some patience.
I mean, I think for me, like, even the Deathly Hallows games, which were, I guess you could say, like, old generation ones, PS3, Xbox, 6th gen. No, actually 7th gen.
I've only played the 4th one after that, and I did like it.
Yeah, the thing is that most games that were, obviously, they were developed by EA. They weren't, I wouldn't call them bad by any means. I feel like they had some relevance in the sense that they tried to recreate the story, but like in a game fashion. The thing that I feel like didn't connect that well was obviously, well, Deathly Hallows Part 1 I didn't think needed to be a game on its own. If they combined Deathly Hallows Part 2 and 1 in one game, that would be better, but not in a single title. I think that ruined it a little bit. But yeah, what did you want to say, Reek?
Did they have microtransactions?
No, but as far as I'm aware, they had exclusivity for Deathly Hallows Part 1. They actually introduced Kinect. I know. Shocker. Kinect on Xbox? Oh my god, tell me more. No, but...
Okay, I can tell you all about it.
No. The thing is, for Deathly Hallows Part 1, Kinect was basically an addition to the game that allowed you to have these rail shooter type of, like, the way I could describe it is basically a railway of you just hitting a bunch of Death Eaters and that's it. Nothing else. You can just use potions, like explosive ones, a couple of magic spells with your hand, and that's about it. But nothing else. For Deathly Hallows Part 2, though, the interesting thing was that they actually did the opposite. They dropped Kinect support for Xbox, but they actually introduced these things called PlayStation Move in the game, which in theory allowed you to have like free movement as if you were playing with a Wiimote, but it didn't work that well. I tried it and it was scuffed. It was bad. But, that's pretty much it.
Rest in peace, scuffed.
Yep. Rest in peace, PS3 Move controllers. Now we got the PS4 ones.
Yeah, you know what? Can we get an F in the chat for the PS Move?
Yeah, man. I think it's forgotten at this point. Like, it's only just a VR bundle thing. But no, the thing about Hogwarts Legacy, which is, I guess, you could say, the interesting one is that apparently J.K. Rowling has nothing to do with the story of that game. However, I'd like to point out one thing because some people that may see this, as a positive thing, I would like to explain that even though J.K. Rowling doesn't have any sort of hand in the creation of that game, she is still getting royalties off the Harry Potter name. Whether that's,
Why are you making this all politics?
No, I'm just saying that because, it was brought up, and regardless.
Yeah, a lot of people hate her.
Yeah, she has a lot of, I guess you could say, she has tainted the Harry Potter saga, unfortunately, or series in that case, and it just kind of sucks. But to be fair, in my opinion, I feel like it's going to be a good game. Like, the way it looks so far and the fact that it's going to be taking advantage of the hardware. I don't know if it's going to come out on PC, but I'm assuming it will. Assuming that, obviously...
Can we get an F in the chat for the game?
Oh, yeah. Definitely, an F.
Yeah, do you know where that came from?
What? Which one?
The pressing F.
Yeah.
Do you know where that came from?
Yes, Call of Duty... I think it was... Wait. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, I think?
I honestly don't know which one it is, but let's talk about Call of Duty right now, because that's the next game on our list.
Oh my god, no way! So, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take it away.
Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War. I'm not gonna read what's in my notes.
Cold War, so cold.
Yeah. That was, from what I could tell, it was all cutscene, or all FMV. I did see my hometown in the trailer. Where it's pretty fun. And only on a map.
Oh man.
And then guys, technically there was some gameplay, but it wasn't like too much. But everything after, it felt like an FMV. Like it's a little bit too advanced for your controls. Yeah. However, what I saw, I wanted to play a Call of Duty game. Based on that trailer alone. And it's not like Call of Duty games are bad or anything. I mean, they have this trope where it's like 5 hours of shooting on rails. It is pretty cinematic, but after that, like, everyone buys it for the multiplayer. Come on.
Yeah. I think what I have to say about Call of Duty Cold War, Black Ops Cold War, in my opinion, I feel like it's a good thing that they actually thought about bringing another Black Ops Call of Duty, but not one that was numerical. And the reason for that is because I feel after Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 definitely received a lot of criticism, and I can see why. It was futuristic. It did, yeah. You watch the trailer, like, you can see a lot of dislikes. But generally, the majority opinion at that time was that, it's futuristic, it's going to ruin the series. But it actually, I think it wasn't that bad as a game. I mean, yeah, you could argue that there were some scummy practices, obviously DLC shit, but that's not going away anytime soon, first of all. Secondly, as a game, I did play the campaign. It wasn't that bad. What actually ruined it for me was the introduction of Black Ops 3 and 4, where the story just took a very weird way. I don't even understand what happened. Like, the main thing that I see, alright, is that the Black Ops storyline was basically great. Black Ops 1 was amazing. Black Ops 2 was also really good as a game. But 3 and 4...
be a story.
I mean, yeah, but, like, 3 and 4, though, like, they played badly, bro. Like, they were not great. And by the way, I am someone that played Black Ops 3 multiplayer a lot. And I play Black Ops 4 as well with one of my friends. Someone who is also mostly a person on my stream. But, we played a lot, and it just didn't feel the same, like... Not that the futuristic thing just ruins it. It's mostly, like, it feels like a completely different game, 1 and 2, like, I could just go back and have a lot of fun for what it is. But, like, 3 and 4, I just can't. Like, the fun just stops, I just put the controller down. I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing anymore. But Cold War, I think it's mostly, like, I guess you could say more storyline probably trying to touch upon the story of Woods and other characters in the Black Ops, you know, I guess you could say quadrilogy. I don't know the
It doesn't matter. From what I know, Call of
anyway.
Duty has a few storylines. I've never played a Call of Duty single player. I owned Black Ops. That's the last Call of Duty I owned.
I see.
And I've never. Heck, I've played multiplayer a little bit, and then I prestiged. I think it's called.
Yeah.
Like you go like a level up, but you have to start all the way from the beginning, and I didn't like that.
What prestige did you reach? Was it the first one?
Yeah, I literally didn't like prestiging because I had to start over. I fucking loved Commando.
I
Loved
see.
the gun.
Yeah.
Loved becoming level 32 and just getting it. Damn, I still remember the exact level you get it, 32 or 33. But
yeah.
anyway.
Like in my book, I think that Call of Duty games, well, you may not like them for the story. I think that at least it's worth to have a good story. And I say that because one title in particular, that's right, Black Ops 4, didn't have any story at all. And the story, you might say, like, oh, it was in the multiplayer. Like, no, that doesn't count.
Well,
That's jack shit.
Going back to number 5, we don't have to talk about the single player. What do you think the multiplayer is going to be? Is it going to be any surprising? Because from what I know, the last not Black Ops, the last Call of Duty, even though it's a totally different studio, they did try some stuff that made it interesting, as well as the Battle Royale, because, you know, you have to compete with Fortnite that people really like.
I mean, in my book, if the thing is, I definitely want to see. I want to see what they do. If they're gonna go boots on the ground or just have like any futuristic type movement. Sliding can be a mechanic. Okay, I don't mind that mechanic. The thing I would love to see come back is the dolphin dive mechanic, which, if you are unaware what that is, in Black Ops 1 and 2, if you were to run and then you pressed the circle button, your character would essentially dive, and that's called a dolphin dive. And it was a mechanic that I guess really didn't serve any purpose other than...
You explained how to do it, not what it is. But
yeah, but basically...
Just basically a dive forward and then you roll over.
No, you don't roll over.
You don't roll?
No, you just... you stay on the ground afterwards.
Oh, so you're flat on the ground.
Yeah, I think it was mostly... I guess the idea of it was like to do drop shots. Basically, you go fast on the ground, you see someone, and then you just like shoot them from the ground, I think is what most people use it for.
Yeah, sniper stance. Okay.
Yeah. But it was a cool mechanic, and it just kind of sucked that it wasn't really a thing in the other Call of Duties.
Do you think of any other game modes? I mean, obviously, deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag.
You know what I would love to see? Wager matches from Call of Duty Black Ops 1. That was a great thing that they added back in the day. And if you have no clue...
Is that the one where you have one gun or one
no.
or something?
So let me explain. Wager matches were basically this mode that... In Black Ops 1, you got COD points. So every game you played of gun game, sticks and stones, one in the chamber, and, you know, whatever other mode was, because I can't remember all of them. Whatever mode you played, you earned COD points. And based on how many COD points, you would choose either, like, a smaller tier of, like, those type of games or a higher tier. So basically, you would wager in your COD points, and it was great. You know, you got to get rewarded somehow. Like, you basically played a gun game match, and if you were the first, you got the most COD points, and therefore you could play more games of gun game and etc. etc. And it was really good. And I really wish that mechanic, or in that case mode, came back. I know that gun game and sticks and stones might come back and not be the same as like Black Ops 1, but I'm just saying that was a cool thing. But some people might have hated it. Either way, I enjoyed it personally. So yeah.
Okay, with that, should we go over to the next game?
Before we do that though, do you think zombies will be a thing?
Who was the studio that actually made zombies?
Treyarch.
I think it was Modern Warfare, right?
No,
No,
that's
it was Black Ops.
Yeah, that was Activision and Treyarch. I think Treyarch actually started zombies because Infinity Ward didn't touch zombies at all. I think they did. Yeah, they did Spec Ops for Modern Warfare 3, but they didn't touch zombies until like I think it was
Yeah, it's Black Ops. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it will return. That's definitely one of the highlights of the last few games.
But do you think it will have the same characters as like
I have never played it. I couldn't
You
tell
never? Okay, all right. I don't know. In my opinion, maybe they might bring them back. I don't know. Nikolai, Dempsey, like Richtofen. I don't
Next
know.
up.
Anyway.
Next up. It was a pretty dark cutscene that appeared, and all of a sudden there were some Coraline. Have you seen Coraline?
Oh yeah, I have.
Okay, I forgot everything about it, but
that shit scarred me for life.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I recognized it, and then yeah, I mean it's scary. It's in a mansion.
Yeah.
In a village, and then the lights went out, and everyone saw this was Resident Evil 8. I've also never played Resident Evil.
Which one? 7?
Any.
Really? You should play the 7th one. I've heard it's pretty good, and I actually played it myself,
I've heard if there's one I should play, it's for the GameCube.
Yeah, that's a classic for sure. But like, if you want to play like a recent Resi game, yeah, you go for 8. Sorry, 7.
It doesn't have to be recent.
Hey man, I'm just saying, all right. If you want to poop your pants and not be like, oh my god, look at this low polygon zombie.
All I want to say is that there was no gameplay.
Yeah.
However, it was basically CGI, but it looked freaking good.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say about it.
I think RE8 will be spectacular. I definitely want to see it not do like I don't want it to be the same as every other Resi game. I definitely want to see.
You say every other, but 4 was good, and
no,
I don't remember if it's 5 or 6, but that one was really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want it to do like I don't want it to take the same approach as those games. I definitely wanted to try something new when it comes to the survival aspect of the game, or just like roaming around.
Okay.
So next up, what do we got?
It is funny enough. We heard the news yesterday. Like the cutscene was really interesting. It had some voices, as a really interesting visual style. It's not next gen, of course, but it definitely has its own, and I liked it. And we found out it's called Deathloop by Bethesda, which, as of yesterday, got bought by Microsoft.
Yeah, that's insane.
So Microsoft officially publishing PlayStation. Is it an exclusive?
I think they said so, most likely, or they actually. I think they bought the studio. And they're gonna make games, exclusive ones for Xbox. I think, or something like that. I don't know. I actually saw it and I didn't really understand what.
PlayStation console exclusive, also available on PC.
Okay. Yeah. Also available on PC. Yeah. So throughout the reveal, there were some mishaps, I want to say, or like crazy sort of
Technically, the wording is correct. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, but I mean
or a console exclusive. I'm sorry.
Console exclusive, yeah, but like going in other platforms doesn't necessarily make it an exclusive, though.
It's an exclusive for a thing. I mean, my PC over here
is also exclusive. It's Steam. Imagine if they said like it was Epic Games exclusive. That'd be like no. It's like every other game.
Sales for sure. In any case, the thing itself, the game.
Yeah.
I don't have too much to say about it. I just hope that it's not going to be something like Fallout 76. I know this is not the same studio, like by far, but when I think of Bethesda in 2020, I don't have them high on my thing.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing so much because I'm like, He's gonna say it, man. He's gonna go like, all right, so I don't want Bethesda to pull as Fallout 76 with all the crazy amounts
Yeah.
of. Okay.
I mean, if anything, Microsoft is quality controlling the heck out of them.
I hope. The thing I don't want to see from Bethesda, especially after the Fallout 76 stuff, is another goddamn freaking pass, which you have to pay freaking $100 or something, and it doesn't even work properly. I don't want to see that again. Please take that away from me.
Yeah, but that is you.
No, that's 100% the whole internet right there, dude.
No. I mean, like, it doesn't work for you. Who's to say that it doesn't work for me? I mean, I don't have an Xbox, but
yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. In general, those type of things legit ruin games. Don't do that, please.
okay. But let's not talk about it. We should talk about the games.
Let's talk about the next game. I guess we could touch upon that. So
I love the visuals. Again, the only game I played in this series. I know very little about it, but the only game that I played and I stopped at like the halfway point, was the bad one. The one no one likes to think about.
This one or that one?
That one?
This one?
Neither. The reboots.
This one?
No, that's this one. So, we're talking about Devil May Cry 5, the special edition. Okay. No, I'm talking about DMC, Devil May Cry, the one with the emo hair.
Oh no! Oh,
you're welcome. No. You're going to sleep very well.
No, no, Reek, you did not do that. Oh no!
I fucking love that one, man.
No, that was a disaster, man. Don't even bring up that reboot. Okay, so
I liked it. Okay, it wasn't bad. Which ones do I have?
Fam, if you play the previous ones, if you play all the DMC originals, you're gonna be like, oh boy, that was bad.
I have 3 and I have 4. It doesn't show that I have the other one.
DMC 5 Special Edition. One thing to note here is that even though this is going to be released on PS5, there have been no plans so far for it to release on PC. So what is this special edition? Well, it's pretty much Devil May Cry, from what I understand, it's Devil May Cry 5, optimized for PlayStation 5 alongside other stuff you might see, you know, like extra content and whatnot. It's pretty much the same exact game. So if you played DMC 5 on PC and or, you know, PS4, like Xbox One, like I'm pretty sure you'll be right at home with this one. So
I mean, I assume there's going to be a little bit of extras.
Yeah, there are definitely going to be more extras, but so far from what I saw in the trailer, it was just announced as special edition, and they didn't really show anything more that was you know, making it.
Then, it looked so good.
It really did, man. Yeah, like you might say, okay, so that game got released already on like PS4 and like PC. Like if you have a powerful PC, you can run it. But man, imagine playing it on a like 8K display with like a PS5. Like ooh, like definitely going to be the best. But either way, I want to see how well it's optimized, which I think is like the most important part of that. So yeah, DMC 5, PS5 happening soonish, 2021. Anyway, so what do we got next?
Available digitally at launch PS5. You're wrong.
I guess not 2021. Yeah. Well, I was incorrect. I'm sorry. Yeah,
digital
most of the.
Launch. Anyways, yeah.
Close enough. So what is the next game we've got? Oh,
the next game is a game that is like a blast from the past.
It is.
It's Oddworld's Soulstorm.
That's right.
And the only thing I remember is, I mean, Oddworld, it's odd. The only thing I remember is the guy who was talking about it. He had such good facial hair.
Yeah, I think like they showed a trailer, didn't they? Yeah, they showed like a. Oh my god! What are you doing, Rick?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that, but yeah.
I think that's the director of Oddworld. actually.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah. But yeah.
Other than that, I've played a little bit of Oddworld, but I never like got far because I was a kid. So I don't really have that special of a connection because you had to be a bit smarter to actually get farther. I actually
Yeah.
remember playing this at the supermarket.
What?
I lived next to a supermarket, and my friends and I just went there, and they had this giant a PlayStation. They had like a thing where kids could play. There were also PlayStations in it, and Oddworld was the game that you could play there.
That's some weird, crazy stuff. What year are we talking? Like
2002, 2003.
What? You guys have that? What the hell? That's crazy.
What do you mean? What do you mean we had that? I mean, it's the Netherlands. I lived in between two supermarkets.
Listen, man, we didn't have any of that in my country, so you're lucky. But going back to what we were saying, Oddworld, new title. That's amazing. I'm actually glad that things like games like Oddworld, which were, cult classics, are coming back with a new title, and I'm really glad to see this title being a thing and not being like, oh yeah, we're gonna make an Oddworld game for PS5, sure, coming soon TM. Like, actually them confirming it, like, that's great news. So yeah, Oddworld Soulstorm. So next we got a title.
This is the end of the podcast. Thank you for watching.
No.
Okay.
No. It's time.
Okay.
It's
next up is a game where you didn't know what it was all about because it was a camera like going backwards through what is this? A factory?
Okay. So let me put it like this. The next game is a game that will have a movie, or has, quote unquote, had a movie confirmed for the longest time, which is going to have animatronics which haunt a restaurant. If you guessed Five Nights at Freddy's, that's right. The new Five Nights at Freddy's game, Security Breach, which had, I think, a bunny near the end. I think it was a bunny.
They already have a bunny. They have a lot of animatronics.
Yeah, I think it was like a bunny mask, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, there's a lot of crazy stuff with this game. This game was actually, quote-unquote, confirmed by the creator, Scott Cawthon. He has a website where most of the time he uploads pictures, obviously hinting at a new game, and he also posts in the, like, coding part of the website, like, cryptic hints and stuff like that. So yeah, Security Breach was pretty much, quote unquote, again, confirmed beforehand, and it's great. I mean, if it's gonna be VR, because I'm not 100% sure if it will be VR. I know that Help Wanted
we hardly know anything about PlayStation's strategy regarding VR.
Yeah,
so I don't think we can say too much about it.
That's true, but for the most part, the previous game that got released in the FNAF series, Help Wanted, was actually VR, so hey, it's exciting stuff. Let's hope that this one
doesn't mean that the rest has to.
I mean, yeah, okay. But it's interesting to see.
I see what you're talking about. It doesn't look like a bunny per se. Maybe a little bit, but not really.
It kind of is. I don't know. Anyway, it looked like a bunny mask, but
not important. Anyway, I've heard a lot of reactions like, I'm not gonna play a Flash game on my PlayStation 5. Yeah, like
Flash game.
Honestly, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Real shit.
Stop at 3.
Yeah. No, actually, no. Fun fact. Should have stopped at 4, because it was the final chapter, but it really wasn't, because the books got introduced.
I should have stopped at 3. Okay.
Either way.
In any case, the only reason this thing exists is so that MatPat can make a new video about it.
Yeah. Yeah, MatPat is just gonna be like, all right, so I got the game. What do we got this time, Scott Cawthon? Anyway, so next thing.
Next up is a game that they didn't say the title from, but you knew it after 40 seconds. We're gonna do it in 10. This is Demon's Souls. Welcome.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Demon Souls basically is I think it was like remake. It's a remake,
This is
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
this is a remake of the Demon Souls, which was a PS3 exclusive.
Yeah. So in this trailer, obviously you see a lot of familiar stuff.
Yeah, it's a
Characters.
lot of yeah. Well, I wouldn't know, but you see basic Souls gameplay. You just walk around, you slap your sword, and you guard, and you walk
Slap your
around.
sword.
Yeah, I mean it's really familiar.
Yeah.
It's Demon Souls.
Yeah, if you've actually seen even Dark Souls, like you might say, "Oh, that's like a Souls game." Yeah, that was the first before Dark Souls was a thing. So that was actually the first title to, I guess you could say, create this sort of like Souls-like experience before Dark Souls was a thing. So yeah, Demon Souls is actually coming on PS5. Obviously, a lot of crazy stuff. I think 60 FPS too. Was it a thing? I don't remember actually.
I mean, you're the FPS boy. I don't really
I
look
don't,
at that stuff. I look at, does it look nice?
I mean,
Does it play nice?
listen, the trailer was nice. From what I saw, it was gorgeous. But I don't remember. I think they showed a couple of gameplay segments. I don't remember. Again, like it's kind of hard to remember. I should have looked at the trailer, but I think it looked like it was 60 FPS. I don't know. Maybe we'll receive a bump to 60 FPS because I think in the PS3 Demon Souls, I think it ran at 30 at that point. In many Souls games, some of them they run 60, others run at 30. So it's exciting stuff. But one thing to note here is that they actually mentioned at the end of the trailer, which Reek can correct me on that, is that it's also coming out on PC
No, it's not.
because that's a mistake. Apparently,
Yes.
it was confirmed that the last slide that they showed, which was like available on PS5, also coming out on PC, is a mistake. So it is a PS5 exclusive. So I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Are you playing piano?
Yeah, no, that was my
Okay.
microphone arm. I accidentally smacked it. I'm sorry. Sorry, baby.
Just the second time today.
Listen, it's cursed. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at where I
Yeah.
have it placed. So anyway,
Oh, I loved the trailer. I mean, it was just gameplay. It was, yeah, literally like 4 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay, and after that they just cut to other spots.
it wasn't just
I mean,
that though. It did have like some characters. Like there was some story to be told. It's just that they had like really.
you say storytelling, but the Souls games,
Yeah,
they're
okay.
mostly all games that where the lore is told via the items and surroundings, not as direct as a Zelda game or
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Well, I guess they try to set it up as like, this is the hero or whatever, and like there's like some story to be told. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely correct on that.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, Demon Souls PS5.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are excited.
One more game for you.
Oh yeah, we're not
Do you
done
want to
yet.
talk about it, or should I talk about it?
Uh,
I mean, it's your favorite game, right?
I guess you go for it.
Okay. Fortnite.
No. No. Who said this was a thing? Why? No.
And that's all we have to say about it. Was there an extra something important? No.
Well, there was
No.
revealed that. Well, anyway. Yeah,
It's not
Fortnite.
important.
Fortnite is coming to PS5. No surprises here. Who would have seen this coming? I definitely didn't. No one did. Let's be
then-
honest.
We just saw introducing the PlayStation 5 collection.
No. PlayStation Plus collection.
PlayStation, what did I say?
PlayStation 5 collection.
Sorry, yeah, PlayStation
Yeah.
Plus connection. You're definitely right. That is. We just saw some CGI of I don't know, some weird logos of the whatever, and then we saw a compilation of a lot of really good PS4 games: Bloodborne, God of War, Monster Hunter Worlds, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat, Ratchet and Clank, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, but also some older games. Until Dawn, and the launch game for the PS4, Infamous Second Son. Those are just a few of the games. I'm just scrubbing through the video. Battlefields, Infamous Batman, Arkham Knight. Anyway, Last Guardian, Last of Us.
Well, the idea is that this PS
Enjoy
Plus
a
collection
selection of generation-defining PS4 games, and you can play those games
on PS5.
Yeah. Simply download and start playing. So,
one thing I want to say about the PlayStation 5 before we close the whole like PlayStation Nation block. I don't know. I just mentioned
PlayStation Nation.
PlayStation Nation. I don't have my PlayStation shirt. Should have wore it anyway. The thing is that before we close this in, I'd like to mention that I really hope backwards compatibility on PlayStation 5 also works with discs. We don't know how it's going to work yet. I'm waiting to see.
How else would you make it backwards compatible?
No, I mean like as in like I don't know. Maybe it's digital only. Maybe it downloads the games like as soon as you put the disc in, and like I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But
what it does, or I finally know what PlayStation Plus is after seeing the trailer again.
Okay.
But I wonder, like, do you need PlayStation Plus, obviously, but is it like, can you download all of those games? I don't know what the PlayStation Plus collection is.
Something tells me
if it's so, that if you have PlayStation Plus, and then you can download all of those games for, well, free on top of your occurring subscription, that is pretty cool that you can play all those games for free.
Something tells me, however, that it might be like this might be a bundle. Now, I hope I'm proven wrong, but it might be a bundle that you have to pay not yearly, but you have to pay like an absurd amount, like maybe like I don't know.
A subscription on top of your PlayStation Plus subscription?
It might be that, but I don't know 100%. Like, it's a lot of speculation, to be fair, and it might just be like a collection of titles similar to how PlayStation Plus is right now, but it might just be a couple of selected titles that are basically included as, you know, if you have a PlayStation Plus already, you might be able to download them right away and play right away. I don't know if you get to keep them on your library of PlayStation Plus. You might be, but I don't know for sure. Take that with a grain of salt.
2 grains of salt.
Yeah. We don't know for certain. It's just that it just got revealed that that's a PlayStation Plus collection and that's available for PlayStation 5. So, yeah, the grand finale of things. The 2 next things we got to talk about. First of all, PlayStation Plus. Sorry, PlayStation 5.
PlayStation Plus announced only 10 years ago.
I'm so sorry. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I got lost in my train of thought. So anyway, PlayStation 5. We have 2 versions. We already knew that. We want to know the prices. Okay then. PlayStation 5 with a disc, or in that case, the normal version, is going to be at $499 euros. Or like, I want to say like $399? No, actually, $499, yeah. And the digital version of PlayStation 5, which is not going to include any CD tray. Keep that in mind.
The PlayStation 5 digital edition.
Yep. It's going to be €399 or $399. And I want to explain one thing. If you want my honest opinion, because some people will say...
You're explaining your opinion.
Okay, let me say my opinion. Because I know that there will be some people out there that might say, why would you want to buy the disc version? Or why would you want to buy the digital version? For the most part, in my opinion, it feels better to get the disc version. And let me explain why. Because if you are to buy digital games, you might run into issues with a lot of them being overpriced. And it's better to get the discs anyway, to just have them, obviously, you know, physical. I know that disc rot is the thing, but trust me, I think it's better over getting just digital. But digital, I can see the appeal why. You know, cheaper price.
Afraid of the thing? Well, a few things.
Okay.
First of all, it could be cheaper to get your games. How do I want it to end this sentence? I don't know. The other thing, I'm good. I know. Is that on the digital edition, Sony is the only app store or game store where you can get your games from. There's no, like, nothing else. There's just Sony. But if you're talking about if you have the discs into play, I mean, obviously all your old PS4 games that aren't part of the PS Plus collection will work as well. They said 99%
Yeah.
backwards compatible. And next to that, you can get secondhand games. Remember the PlayStation 4 where they had this really 5-minute made tutorial about how do you share games with your friends? Hey Tony, here you go.
Yeah. Thanks, man. So
that is how you share games.
Yeah. There was
that is impossible on the DE. Well, as far as I know, on a legal method.
I mean, it might be able to be what I'm thinking here. Like the digital version might work, or in that case, it might work like how the PS4 works, where you can share one game, or in that case, whatever games you own, with one friend of yours, not many more. Because if anyone else logs into your account and tries to play the same game, like your one friend that you've shared,
Oh, you're talking about account sharing.
yeah. Essentially, it might work
that is not allowed per se.
Well, yeah, but it's a thing that theoretically you can do. I'm not saying it's, technically allowed, but Sony has that as a feature, I guess you could say. Like, if they were to disavow it or not allow it, they wouldn't allow you to play the game.
We should also not advertise it, I guess.
I guess so. Sony, don't remove this, please. So yeah, the console got the price reveal, and afterwards, we got the release date. Yes. So, 12th of November. Quote me on this. 12th of November is coming out in Japan, and 19th of November is coming out for the rest of the world. Who designed? Wrong. Okay, I'm not gonna be mad about this.
Listen, Tony, shut up. You're spreading wrong information. November 12th, the US, Japan, yes. Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea. Okay. That's 12th November. Okay. After November 19th, the rest of the peasants.
So I have to ask, who designed that release date? And why the hell is the rest of the world going to get it like freaking like...
I could think of a reason.
I don't want to hear it. I don't. This is ridiculous. Okay. Listen, we're in 2020.
World, Tony.
Listen.
Demands.
Listen. I know that we're going through crazy stuff right now, but come on now. Worldwide release date. I mean, you look at Microsoft and it's like, you can buy a console right away. Like, when it releases for everyone, not just like 4 to 5 regions, and then everyone else is just gonna have to wait. Either way,
you're just salty.
I am salty. I'm sorry. It's hard to admit.
It has to do with that there isn't a shortage in the regions. I mean, there's already a shortage with whatever.
I guess so, but it's like I don't know. It's kind of weird, Every other console was not that crazy, I think, with like releases. I say that, but I know that there have been previous consoles that definitely messed with like the release dates. But yeah, that being said, I don't know. It could have been done a little bit better, in my opinion. It is what it is, though. So after that, after what we got essentially, after the roster of games, you could say, that we got revealed. Wait,
there's more.
What else? Tell me more. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the logo reveal?
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to go to. So,
tell me.
We got a logo reveal. You might say, what? A logo reveal? Well, let's just say that...
a gender reveal.
Yeah.
I knew it. I broke him.
Oh my god, I knew it. I knew that you were going to say something about that. Anyway. So, the new logo reveal is actually a title which is going to come out in 2021. I know that for a fact, Reek. You will not prove me wrong this time. I know that's a fact. I saw it with my own eyes. That title is called God of War Ragnarok. And yeah, apparently, I guess, I'm assuming, we have no clue what it is. We just got the logo of it and the title name and the release date, and that's it. We didn't see any sort of gameplay or story portions of it. We just saw the title, and hey, God of War, another title, great. God of War PS4 was like a big one, and I can't wait to see.
Like the game of the year. Tony, did you disable clips? Oh no, you didn't. Okay.
No, I didn't. But yeah, I'm actually glad to see, Santa Monica Studio actually coming back with another God of War title. Obviously, I want to say this. I'm not a crazy, huge fan of the God of War games, but I will say God of War on PS4 was great, and I really can't wait to see what they do with Ragnarok. It's going to be incredible, I think. What do you have to say, Reek?
I am excited. I still haven't played the original ones, but I know that they were a highlight of the PS2 era. I did see a lot of gameplay from the PS4 one. God of War, simply named. Or Daddy of War.
Daddy of War. Boy of War. But yeah, I mean, hey, God of War Ragnarok. It's going to be great. And to be fair, the fact that it's coming out on PS5, a generation after, I guess you could say, which theoretically PS4 is next gen, but not there yet. It is, but not that much. I wouldn't say that 100%. PS5, I think, is where we take the next step to next generation. But yeah, that being said, that was pretty much the PlayStation event. So, final thoughts. What do you have to say, Reek?
I am excited for a lot of these games, even games I didn't think I would be excited about.
I mean, I kind of have to agree with you on that. I was actually excited for most of these games. And I do want to say that even though I'm disappointed with the fact that, we didn't get any new title that we didn't know about, or we got little to no info, obviously God of War Ragnarok.
I mean, we didn't know anything about Deathloop, I don't think.
Or FNAF. We didn't get any trailer for that game either, so...
FNAF.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Don't let the FNAF fans listen to that. But no, to be fair, it was a good event. I mean, the fact that we even got a release date for the console. Yes, I'm salty. Okay, haha, funny. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited, man. I'm happy. We finally got a reveal. We had to after Microsoft announced their consoles and release dates and stuff and games. So.
And after that, Nintendo also had a Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Edition, even though it wasn't completely partner, but whatever. And that wasn't too big. But you know what Nintendo also did? Do we talk about this today?
I guess, I mean, actually, we could. Bit. We could, yeah. We want to go for. We could do that. So, yeah, Nintendo basically, what they did is they went ahead and they went hey. So after that reveal, the PS5 event, Nintendo was like, "Hey, 35th anniversary, Mario anniversary." They actually released a title, which some people might already know what it is. It's called Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and it's pretty much the three main line, I want to say, Mario games.
They're the three main 3D Super Mario games.
So,
Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy.
So, yeah, the thing that I'm actually, and many people are confused by, is that, okay, where's Galaxy 2? But I guess I see why they didn't put Galaxy.
Where's Galaxy 2?
Yeah, agreed.
This is outrageous.
It is. It really is. Galaxy 2, I think...
Galaxy 2 is a better Galaxy.
Yeah, that's the funny part about it. But to be fair, we would like to briefly talk about this title. I know it's kind of weird the way we're bringing it up and why are we talking about this. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, I'm definitely going to play it soon. The one thing I want to talk about this title, even though it's released, it is a quote unquote limited time only release. You might say, what the hell is a limited time only release? Well, apparently Nintendo.
Don't think anyone would say that, but sure.
Well, I guess to put it in Nintendo's words, you won't be able to buy this bundle after March 2021. That is next year, obviously. Which I don't really understand. I mean,
well, at least digitally.
I mean, like, I can understand why you would do that if it was like a new game or something, but like at the same, like, no, there's no game. Like, why not let people buy it afterwards? I don't understand. I guess the demand, but like, why not? I don't understand. And plus, let me just say that for the record, at the moment, I know that there's a lot of people selling this bundle for like obscure prices. Some, obviously in eBay and like Amazon and stuff like that, which, it's definitely going to increase in value when that March 21st, I think, 2021. I think it was March 21st. I don't know. But no, March.
The end.
Yeah, the end of March, I think. Yeah. 2021. Yeah, when that hits, next day, like, yeah, you can say bye-bye. You can still download it, I think, but you cannot buy it digitally. I don't think you can buy it physically either, because obviously they're going to stop manufacturing them. But yeah, if you are unaware what 3D All-Stars is, like Greek said previously, it's Mario 64, Super Mario 64 for that matter, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, which I want to say that, for the record, some of those titles, like, okay, Mario Sunshine is great. It looks great. There have been some reports, obviously, the game has a couple of issues, but that's mostly...
You're right. When I didn't want to get the title because I have Super Mario 64 somewhere beneath my desk, Galaxy in my shelf, Sunshine. I think it's either in my Wii or behind my computer. I think it's Animal Crossing actually. Never mind.
Wait, what do you have? What do you have Sunshine behind your computer?
It's just okay. I'm gonna check. I don't know. It's literally there. No, shit. It's like a loose disc of Animal Crossing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I know where it is, so it doesn't matter.
It's like you have a copy of Mario Sunshine behind your computer, and you're like, "Ooh, baby, I love." Like, what? That's weird. But anyways,
you should see. But I just remembered how much fun I had with those games. They're not like the most how do I say this? It's dumb fun. Mario is great, and I really, really want to play them again. So I might actually take them or buy them at some point.
Yeah, I think I'll do the same. For me, I haven't actually. You might say, like, how have you not played Sunshine or like Galaxy?
Hey, you're a fake gamer. I know.
I am a fake gamer indeed. Confirmed here, second episode. Never speak to me again. I'm fake. No, but I actually want to play these games. I played Mario 64 when I was a kid. I mean, heck, I have the PAL version and the Japanese version on my N64. I'm a nerd, I know. I finished Mario 64 when I was a kid, but I never actually played Sunshine or Galaxy because, for one, Sunshine I just didn't really notice, when I was a kid. I didn't actually get a GameCube. I had a Wii, but for some reason, I just didn't really see the appeal to it. Like, as if, like, okay, it's a Mario game with, like, this weird-ass thing on your back, and it's kind of weird, but I'll give it a shot, for sure.
The games are great.
Listen, I don't want to...
There's a built-in music player. That's definitely the unique selling point.
That's right, yeah.
All my games need a music player, just like Smash Brothers.
Yeah, you can listen to the whole list of tracks of every Mario game, like, in the collection. Not every single one. Wait, what is that?
This is a Ring Fit.
Oh, Ring Fit.
Yeah, it's my Switch without Joy-Cons.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I was about to say, what The heck did you just show me? I was like, it looked like it was your phone for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what? Why is there a Joy-Con icon on your phone? But no, I mean,
would there be a Joy-Con icon on my phone?
You emulate,
to,
Switch, bro.
Two direct things. Do you want to talk about the clear issues with 3D World, 3D All Stars?
I guess we could go for it. Yeah. One thing being, obviously,
yeah, I don't agree with all of them.
Okay, then. All right.
Like Super Mario 64 in widescreen, it doesn't have to be widescreen.
Okay.
It's an old game for crying out loud.
Okay. Let me say one thing. For me, in my personal opinion, the main problems that 3D All Stars has, first of all, being the inconsistent frame rate in some games. I can kind of understand it because Galaxy and Sunshine has, even Mario 64, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong with that, Reek. It has been shown that they are emulated, not emulated as in like, they are playing on an emulator inside. Some things are emulated. For example, in Galaxy, they pretty much emulate the CPU, I think, portion. I don't know. It's some weird stuff like that, which kind of makes it weird.
That's what an emulator does. Like, the Switch, for example, is made on ARM.
Yes, I know, but what I'm saying is that
Wii is I don't know what it is exactly. It's an AMD at least, but it's not ARM. So the CPU, like the whole system, needs to be emulated.
Yeah, like the thing is though that it's kind of a weird way they emulate it. Is what I'm trying to say. Is that instead of like emulating the whole thing, they just emulate, I think, one part of the system to make it work, to make it so it runs properly and it just doesn't hitch. But there are hitches.
They're necessary components.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, why would you do extra things? I mean,
no, I mean, like, you could, like, okay, let me just point this out. There are some companies, i.e. Sony and Microsoft, which emulate the whole thing. They just run an emulator instead of, emulating the processor, for example.
I mean, this is such a non-problem what you're talking about.
Okay, what I'm trying to say, to get away from this thing, is that it's kind of weird how those games run. I don't know, to me it just seems like a little bit odd. And some people having frame rate issues, some others don't, so I don't know. It's weird. One thing I want to say though, for the Mario 64 problem that I have, which Rick disagrees with me heavily. Okay, we don't need to have Mario 64 stretched in a 16:9 layout, we can just keep the 4:3 layout, but still, why would you not let the extra field of view for the player? I think it would be good to have an extra field of view for like an action-based game, or like a platformer in that case, 3D platformer. Like, it would be nice to have the option. I don't necessarily think that the game needs to run 16:9, but 4:3 seems a little bit weird. Obviously, if you're going to stream the game, you're going to have to get a little bit creative with your layouts, or just have black bars around it. But it's a little bit weird and silly, in my opinion. But that's pretty much it. That's what I think. I'm going to throw it over to you, Reek.
But what? You're literally talking about the frame rate.
Yeah, Mario 64? Hello? Your argument?
I just know that all BJs are gone, and I don't mind.
I mean, I don't think that's kind of a big problem, in the sense that a thing that gets patched, because many people were like, okay, so there's an exploit in the game that allows you to backwards long jump and essentially build up speed and clip through doors and everything in general. And apparently that's, a problem because it got patched. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but I mean, you got 3 other versions of the same game, so you have the N64 version, which many people prefer to speedrun. You got Wii Virtual Console, Wii U Virtual Console. Obviously, Wii U Virtual Console, from what I heard, sucks.
We've talked about the emulation. Everything is emulated.
Well, yeah.
What I do not understand, though,
Yeah.
The Sunshine version. It has like a thing in the secret of the dirty cave in. I keep forgetting the name of the first stage. Anyway, the first stage, stage 6. There's a secret, and if you go into it, there are some guidance blocks behind some of the blocks that you can only see on bad emulators, and it's pretty funny to see those on the Sunshine. Yeah, on the official release of Sunshine for the Switch.
Yeah.
Next to that, that game is widescreen for whatever. The GameCube could do widescreen, but it never did.
Yeah,
so
because
I guess the game was built for widescreen.
Actually, GameCube was 4:3.
Yeah,
Actually, because it was analog. It could do 16:9, but I guess they chose not. Yeah, they chose not to do it for Sunshine for some reason. Even though you can actually get the best quality in GameCube, obviously, RGB or HDMI modded. For some weird reason, yeah, I don't know why Nintendo chose not to do that. And even if you played it on the Wii, obviously, yeah, okay, you might say like Wii, it's pretty much backwards compatible. Either way, the thing is that Sunshine looks really great in 16:9, and plus, if you played it on an emulator before, by any chance, you would have seen that anyways. So,
the only other thing that I definitely want to mention about.
Oh yeah,
the GameCube controller. I love this thing. I actually don't love this thing. It's okay, but the triggers are analog. Like they know everything. But if you go past this, you can hear the click.
Yeah.
You can hear the click. Like these are analog things, and Sunshine is one of the few games that actually react to these analog triggers. And that is definitely important for playing the game, because if you just like slightly hold it, you just spray but you can walk. But if you hold it, then you have to stand still and your spray is a little bit stronger. So what they did on the Switch controller that I can now do is they actually use two separate buttons, R and ZR, for baby spray and full-on spray.
Yeah.
And that is something that you might not think about it at the start, but it's actually a good thing. I mean, I'm not weird to calling Nintendo on this shit for this game. It's really good.
Yeah.
And other than that, I was watching Oki Kurume playing this game, and I had fun watching him play. I definitely want to play the game now. Shit, I'm sold on these lowly valued, low effort cash grabs. Shit, I'm a sucker.
Okay, so the one thing we haven't actually mentioned, even though Riek actually spoke about the GameCube controller and how it works, fundamentally it works a specific way for Sunshine. Unfortunately, if you are looking to play, Sunshine or maybe even Galaxy, I don't know if you can play Galaxy with a GameCube controller. I'm assuming you can, but
you have never played Galaxy.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, man, I said I'm assuming. Okay, you don't have to be that harsh. Okay, come on now.
The whole thing about. Okay, you just want to say that you can play Galaxy with a GameCube controller.
No. No, the thing is, the main problem here is that if you are looking to play Sunshine, you are not able to use any GameCube controllers. And okay, I can kind of understand that, but at the same time, why? You can play Smash with an adapter. Yes, I can see your Zelda Wiimote, okay?
Yeah,
we get it. You got a good console. You're flexing on that Wii, huh? I see how it is. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't play Mario Sunshine with a GameCube controller, which kind of sucks. If you wanted to play in a specific way and relive the nostalgia the right way, you could say, yeah, you can't do that. You have to use either the Joy-Cons or the Pro controller. So yeah, that's a big bummer.
I mean, I definitely understand people's frustration because you can do it with Smash.
Yeah.
But I don't think it. Yeah, it's a Nintendo thing. Nintendo is just a weird company with makes weird decisions.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't really understand why they did that. I'm assuming they did it so they can kind of like save time. I feel like it might have been too much to kind of program it so Sunshine, for example, works properly with an actual like GameCube controller. Like I can see why they might have reconsidered that and said, okay, who wants to play with a GameCube controller anyway? But hey, man, nostalgia, But either way, it is what it is. What do I think of the bundle though? Do I think it's worth $60? Some people say no. Others
It's
say
only if you if you've played one of the two games or three games, then yeah. But if you've owned two of them, nah, just go for original. But
I mean,
they're not worth it per se because they're like low effort ports, like ports, not remasters or anything.
yeah.
But if you haven't played those games, I would definitely recommend you playing them because all three of them are really good.
Yeah, the thing is that for me, for example, if you want my honest opinion, I haven't actually played this bundle. Neither has Reek done so. I have played Super Mario 64. What?
I've seen the bundle being played.
Yeah,
I played the games individually, so there's that.
I mean, I've seen gameplay of it too, and Sunshine gameplay and Galaxy gameplay. But if you want my honest opinion, I'd say like if you want to get it, probably wait for maybe a price drop. Don't wait for it too much though, because obviously limited time only release. But if you want my honest opinion, maybe not go digital, or if you do want to go digital, by all means go for it. I myself will go physical because I want to get it in a better price than it already is right now. I don't necessarily think that they're bad ports by any means, but I wouldn't consider them perfect at like, I wouldn't say that they're perfect. There is a lot of work that could be done, but for the most part, what is offered, I think it's good.
They should touch as few things as possible.
I mean, I guess so, but I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird, like the way things work a little bit. Kind of weird.
Yeah, I think this is most of the main points that we want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
However, before letting you off and going into your weekend, even though it's still Tuesday, we have a new segment that we'd like to call the tips.
That's right. So, what do you want to start, Reek?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll start. Okay. So, the whole segment, or the segment, the tips, is about giving you guys like something to do for the next week or weeks. It's something that we've done that we like and we like to share it with each other. And Tony.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the worst tip as the first one, like the worst one ever.
Oh God.
So last week, 2 weeks ago, I was at my girlfriend's place.
Yeah.
And some friends came over, and we decided to watch a movie.
Oh God.
The movie is called Rubber. Have you heard of it?
Rubber?
Everyone listening now are either like, if they know it, they're like, oh no.
I don't think I have.
Okay, so Rubber is about a rubber tire.
Oh God.
And he's just rolling around, minding his business, but he can also kill things, people, and animals with psychokinetic powers. This movie is 1 hour and 18 minutes long. And honestly...
Is it fun?
You should watch this if you're influenced by something that's not alcohol.
Wait.
No, I'm clean.
No, okay.
What's up, Tony?
You're not proposing that I see that movie when I'm drunk, do you?
No, something else than drunk.
Oh, I know. Okay, I gotcha. Yep. I see.
And don't watch it alone. It's so stupid. But yeah, Rubber.
Okay.
Should I tip something else?
I mean, up to you.
Okay, there's a YouTube channel that I watch a lot. It's called Game Maker's Toolkit, and it's run by a guy, Mark Brown. And I thought it was like 2 weeks ago where he released a video about like this guy. He I don't think he makes video games, but he like analyzes video games and what works. Like his audience basically is people who make games, but people who enjoy games might also recognize stuff. So the psychological trick that can make rewards backfire. That's yeah, that's his last video, and I kind of forgot what it was, but like where rewards don't work. Like imagine Minecraft. It's like a total open world, but if Minecraft would give you objectives to do, if you like to instruct you how the game works, but if you've done everything, then what do you do? There are no objectives. For some people, that doesn't work. In any case, he has a lot of pretty cool videos. He also had Boss Keys, where he would talk about like a whole series, like every Zelda dungeon or kind of Metroid game. And if there's one thing I could recommend about Game Maker's Toolkit, I would recommend, like every year he does a game jam, the Game Maker's Toolkit game jam, where a lot of people can make a game in like 2 days and send it off to him. And he plays like a lot of them, and he shows a lot of things. And all of those games are about a theme, like no control, where you don't have control and stuff, or one thing, where you have, yeah, one thing, and the people who make those games, they have to
one thing
think, yeah, like what is it? One button? Do you play the game with one button, or is the whole game one level but you play it different? Or do you have one shot in a golf game, for example, or do you only have one pistol ammo, one bullet? And people are mad creative. And those are definitely the best videos on his channel. So if you have nothing to do, Game Maker's Toolkit, watch it.
That's sick. So, I guess my tip for you guys is, have you ever wanted to play your original games, but, you know, obviously you might have a monitor or a HD TV, and, you know, you plug your console cables on that HD TV, or you have no way of plugging, you know, obviously an old console on an HD monitor? Well, fear not, because there's a device called the RetroTink 2X Pro, which I have been using for a very long time. And
you mean this thing?
Yes, that thing, exactly. So Reek and I have been using this thing called the RetroTink. Obviously, Reek has been using the older version of the product. I've been using the recently made, or not recently made. That's kind of a, that's you know, obviously not the correct way of saying it, but I've been using the RetroTink 2X Pro, and what that does essentially, it's a line doubler which takes composite, S-video, and component inputs of your consoles, and it digitizes them so they run so they basically output to an HDMI, and you can play them with you know, filters. You can actually use a smoothing filter, a scanline filter. Like if you've ever wanted to play like a retro game and you might say, okay, I don't like how this game looks, like you could just hide that using scanlines, and it's a pretty neat device. It's obviously, I wouldn't say it's crazy like affordable. It's like around $130, I think. But if you are looking to get into the retro scene of things, like if you actually want to get the best picture quality out of your consoles, and you know, obviously you don't want to break the bank, I would not recommend getting one of those cheap, like do not go for those cheap alternatives, which is like the upscalers, like the AV or S-video upscalers that you might see. Those actually tend to have really bad quality. Like they actually mishandle 240p resolutions as 480i, and that can actually ruin some of the quality in video games. Like, they don't actually produce the correct colors and stuff like that. So the RetroTink basically uses a chip which pretty much, just filters things, and you can even change whether or not you want it to line double things or you want your display to actually, handle the signal. So whether or not you want to use like line double it or automatically just like pass through it, pass through the signal and let your TV handle the display or the signal, that's fine. You can also change the comb filter. Like if you're using composite, which is the yellow wire, you can change it so that there is a retro comb filter for composite or automatic. I mostly stick to retro because that's mostly for video games and, obviously retro games. If you're watching, I don't know, if you're using it with like a VHS or something, probably go for automatic. So either way, it's a pretty neat device, and I've been using it. I've been recording a couple of stuff through my PS2 and my RGB modified N64, and it's really good. For the price, I mean, I'm actually happy with this purchase, and I recommend it. If you want to check it out, you can go to videogameperfection.com, obviously, and,
I would recommend their own website, retrotink.com.
Or retrotink.com, whatever works for you. Video Game Perfection is for obviously for Europe, so that's where I got mine from. That's a distributor.
That's the store.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you wanna try and get the best picture quality, you can go for that. There are other products too that you can use, but obviously I personally use this one for now. I'll definitely check out other products too, and I'll let you know in other episodes of the Greek&Riek podcast what I think. So, yeah, that's my tip. So, I think we should wrap this up, shouldn't we, Mr. Riek?
That is it. So yeah, thank you for watching the second episode of the Greek&Riek podcast. My name is Riegold. My cohort is Tony Cordatos.
Tony Cordatos. There you go.
Okay, whatever. We are both speedrunners on twitch.tv. You can find us with the previous mentioned usernames. You can also find us on Twitter.
Yeah. If you want to check us both out, you can follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Tony Cordatos, which is my stream, and Riek's stream. Go check him out. He does a lot of cool games, Grand Theft Auto and other retro games too. At twitch.tv/Riegold. So there you go. Did I get it right?
Yes.
So yeah.
Kinda.
Hey man.
In any case, yeah. With that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you again next week. Or next week. we're not weekly yet.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next episode, and I want to give this, I want to take this small time before we close up to say huge thank you to everyone who has listened to our podcast, and in general, to the Ape Escape community for actually,
believing in us,
and essentially, quote unquote, not bullying us, but like persuading us in a sense to, start this podcast. So big thanks to them. It wouldn't be a thing without them. So yeah, if you also want to check out our podcast anywhere else, you can find us on Google Podcasts and Anchor.fm. So
Anchor.fm.
Yeah, there you go.
And thank you to our sponsor, RetroTink, not a sponsor.
Yeah, watch Mike Chi just like hit us up as soon as we're done with this episode. Be like, yo, good job, boys. But no, to be fair, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching as well. I know that episodes, like video episodes, the video version of the podcast might be very late, but we're going to take some time and think where we're going to upload these, whether or not we're going to make a channel on YouTube or somewhere. But for the most part, if you do want to watch those episodes, every episode we've done so far, the first and second, you can find them on my Twitch channel. In the collections tab, I'll pretty much just highlight those. So if you want to check it out, by all means do so. So thank you for watching and listening.
And now for real, stay funky, bros.
Stay. You brought it back. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time with some more Greek and Reek. Take care.
How do?